Hello, and welcome to the Carolinas Luxury Real Estate Podcast, Season 6. For all those new to the podcast, please feel free to follow the link in this episode to all our past seasons and explore all the great luxury real estate content. On today's episode, we are talking about new Lake Norman breweries and bars. I'm your host, Sam Sparks, and joining me to discuss this topic is Nicole Leininger, an experienced agent at Ivyster Jackson Distinctive Properties, Christie's International. Thanks for joining me,
Sam.
Nicole.
Nice to see you.
Absolutely. We're glad to have you back on the show.
Thank you.
Yeah. So Nicole, can you tell me how things have been since you were last on the show? Anything exciting or, how's it going out there?
Just over the last couple of months, it hasn't stopped. It's been super busy, which is a good thing. And compared to other markets and other agents that I speak to, we haven't in Charlotte and Lake Norman haven't seen the slowdown that other areas have. So it's a good thing that things are staying consistent and have been really busy.
Well, we love to hear it. I know the markets are different everywhere, but I'm happy to hear it's going strong here.
Yeah, it's been good.
Well, that's great. So Nicole, as surrounding Lake Norman areas continue to grow, we've seen a rise in breweries and bars migrating up to this area. What are some of the newest breweries and bars around Lake Norman, and where are they located?
There's been a lot happening and the areas are growing, and there's a lot coming to the Lake Norman area. So some of my favorites are there is Boondoggles and Overflow that have recently come to Mooresville, and Overflow is in the Langtree area. Also, there is a craft cocktail bar in Cornelius that is called Thigs. And I also have heard of Neoteric, and I think it's called Craftworks. Both of those just came to the Huntersville area. Also to Mooresville, the Old Town area has just opened up what's called like a social district, and Ghostface Brewery is one of their staples in that area.
Nice. Yeah, I've been to a handful of these new places. I'll tell you, one of my favorite things at Ghostface is their pizza rolls. It's almost
They
like
have
a
great food.
pizza cinnamon roll. I mean, yeah, everything there is good, but oof, man, those are dangerous.
Yeah. No, I mean, I haven't been to all of them, but I have been to a lot, and they all, everyone's a little bit different, but I have nothing bad to say about any of them. They're all awesome.
Agreed. One, it's great that we do have like just a plethora of such different, options. It's not like it's the same brewery with the same beers. You really are getting that mixture of a little bit of everything.
Yeah, everything's a little bit different as far as they're all, craft beers. So they're all different. Nothing tastes the same. And, it's easy to find your favorite at each location.
Yeah, agreed. So what is the style and vibe like of these new breweries and bars?
Pretty much everything around the lake is pretty casual. The breweries, a lot of them have outdoor space. So the breweries are definitely casual, and I would even say family friendly. There's a couple that even allow dogs. The I don't want to say dressier, but some of the nicer places I think would be like Overflow and Thigs. Those would be more of kind of the happy hour vibe or date night. But pretty much everything around the lake is fairly casual.
Mhm. Yeah, and I know Craftworks allows kids, especially with the outside. Does Overflow? I feel like I've seen kids on the first floor, but I can't
I
remember.
think they allow them. There's just not a lot for them to do. So, and same with like Figs. I'm not exactly sure of their policy. I don't think any of these really are strict with 21 and over. It's just a matter of, giving them things to do. So a lot of the breweries, they'll have cornhole, the big Jenga, stuff like that, that the kids have something to do while the adults drink and talk.
Nice. Hey, that's still fun for the adults too.
Right? Yeah. I mean, I like a good competition here and there.
Yeah, absolutely. And as far as, new style, I remember Overflow, had a lot of like fake greenery all around. It's very tall inside. Anything memorable about any of the bars and breweries that you've seen as well?
Well, Overflow is also known for their rooftop. It's one of the only ones in the area that has a rooftop area. And like you said, they've got the greenery and the fire pits and just a bunch of lounging areas. As far as, the breweries, like I said, just the outdoor with the cornhole. Um, I don't know. They all provide like a little bit something different, but yeah, I would say kind of Overflow has a variety of things to where inside, downstairs is just kind of the picnic larger tables where everybody can kind of commingle. Upstairs is more lounge. They also have some big screen TVs, so to watch a game or something. And
Nice.
a lot of the places too, I know pretty much every location has private event space. So if anybody would want to do a private party, those are options too.
That's great. Yeah, and Craftworks is so modern. It's a very like open new bar, and like to your point, the
Hmm.
outdoor area, it's pretty neat too. I mean, they've got the little misters, so if it's hot during the summertime, you can get a little cool breeze with some mist, and they
Yeah.
definitely have a lot of area out there.
And I think they also have the garage doors, so it just kind of like opens up the whole restaurant to the inside and outside.
Yeah, no, you're right. I do remember that.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about what sort of drinks do these places serve, and as far as what they're known for, self pour versus cocktails, stuff like that.
Well, pretty much all the breweries have their specialty craft beers. Several of them are made on site, and they actually have the brewing equipment to where people can see, and some give tours. I believe Craftworks gives tours. And they all have typical like beer, cider, and some of them have a small selection of wine. And then Thigs is known for more of its mixology. They have a lot of different cocktails. And one of the things that they're known for is they actually do mixology classes. So people can sign up for like a special event to go learn how to make a specialty drink. And then Overflow is one of the more unique ones because they are a self pour, and to my knowledge, that's the only one in Lake Norman. To where it's a card system, so you just go and stick your card, and then they charge by the ounce. So it's a good way to try something new if there's different beers or wines you want to try, and so that's kind of a different thing as far as I think they have over 80 between the beers and the wines and different selections that you can choose from.
Yeah, no, you're right. I'm a seltzer person. Unfortunately, I can't drink beer. So, the self pour places are great because I do get to try all the different seltzers, just an ounce or two at a time to make sure I like it before I get to drink a whole one. So it's a
Right.
great feature.
Yeah, it's a good way to just sample and see what you want to drink.
Mhm. Well, great. Now, pricing for these places, what are we seeing as far as?
A typical craft beer ranges from about, I'd say, $6 to $12, depending on size. They all have a variety of sizes, usually like an 8-ounce pour, 12-ounce pour. Um, the wines typically range between, I'd say, $8 and $12. Figs, the crafty cocktails tend to be a little bit more because alcohol costs more than beer and wine. So
Mhm.
I would say their average is right around 12. And then Overflow is unique. So since it is a self-pour credit card system, they can fluctuate their prices. So they can change it as any place with a happy hour. Or say a midday might be less expensive than Friday at 5. So it can fluctuate a little bit.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then they charge, like I said, they charge by the ounce. So it's not just a flat fee.
Okay. And some of these places have like the happy hour special, it sounds like you're saying.
Yeah, everybody has different events. I know some have like Thirsty Thursday, so they'll have certain beers are half price that day, or they'll do a wine Wednesday. So a lot of them, I would just say check their websites because they all have their calendars online of what they have going on that week.
All right. Perfect. Now, are there any events or attractions at these breweries and bars, that bring people in? You talked about bar games, karaoke, music trivia, anything like that,
Yeah.
live music?
Yeah, Ghostface does all of those. I know that they have live music, they do trivia, karaoke, not my thing, but I can't sing. But they have a lot of events and so as you mentioned, Ghostface has food, but for a lot of the breweries that don't have food, they'll have weekly food trucks. So that's something else that people can check the schedule to see what food trucks are coming. Like I said, the Thigs has classes. So not only do they have their mixology classes, but they also have events like the paint and sip, where you can get a lesson on a painting and then have cocktails at the same time. And I know that Overflow has live music. So all of them are really into the music, food trucks, things like that.
Okay.
And then I do know too at Craftworks, I believe that they have like a run club. So they have some group fitness, and I think they do yoga. So things like that, that, a group of people could get together to work out and then have a happy hour.
Wow, I did not know that.
Then you don't feel guilty.
Exactly. You burn the calories and you refill them right up.
Yep.
Nice. Well, and I've been to Overflow on a Friday night. I think that at least once a month they have karaoke. I will say it gets pretty wild. If you're there till
Yeah.
around 11:30 midnight, you'll start to see some pretty funny stuff.
People want to be discovered. No,
Oh yeah, all ranges of talent, I would say.
that's awesome.
All right. So, are there any other new breweries or bars coming to the Lake Norman area?
I have heard, well, Burkdale and Huntersville has been going through a facelift the last couple of months, and they're bringing in a lot of new retail restaurants and whatnot. So Suffolk Punch is coming to Burkdale, and they already have a great reputation, and they're very popular in South Charlotte and South Park area. So they are going to be opening in Burkdale. And same, they've got the craft beers, they have wine, but they also have a scratch kitchen where all of the ingredients are locally sourced, and they even do brunch. So I think that'll be a great, and that will be very family friendly. One, just because of the location in Burkdale, it's going to be right in the center where they have all the green space where kids run all the time.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be a two-story one as well.
I did see that picture, and for the longest time, I've seen the building going up, and I didn't know what was going in there. So I believe that they'll probably have like a rooftop too, and then the main level.
Yeah. Well, I think that's really the first brewery, I mean, specific brewery in Burkdale. So that's pretty exciting.
Right.
Yeah. And I mean,
Yeah, and I
uh,
don't really know of one. I know the other one is on the other side of the highway for Huntersville. So for that location, there's not a ton right around in that area.
and I mean, I've eaten there before. The food is really good. I will say it's to your point, fresh, locally sourced. You can taste it. And again, it's a popular one. So I have a feeling that's going to really bring even more traction to Burkdale if we don't have enough
I
people there
know
already.
that now we need more parking, but no, I'm excited to try it too. I have not tried the ones down in South Charlotte yet, so I'll definitely be stopping there.
All right. Well, now, Nicole, it's time for the lightning round portion of the podcast.
Yay. No.
Ready to go?
Ready.
All right. This is our Halloween edition. So, first question: what's your favorite Halloween drink?
That's a good one. Well, it's always tequila, so I don't know. I guess anything that I could make it somehow be Halloween, but
Oh, man.
um I don't know. I haven't had any good Halloween drinks as far as like specifically. I guess I could just have my normal tequila and soda in a skull glass.
There you go. Well, do they make like a pumpkin margarita? Is that a thing yet?
I'll try it. No. I'm sure they have pumpkin spice everything, so why would they not?
Yeah, right.
I'll
Well,
find it somewhere,
that's a good idea, right? We can coin that. Pumpkin.
right?
All right. Now, what was your favorite Halloween costume growing up? Is there one that like sticks out to you?
Well, my mom made me a clown costume one time.
Ooh.
So like literally handmade the whole thing, and I had a hula hoop as a belly, and either that or I was a cow with udders one time.
Oh my gosh, how funny. Well, when you said clown,
Yes,
my mind goes to like the movie It and
it
Pennywise.
wasn't a scary clown.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Or now that I think about it too, one year I was an accident victim, and I literally took all the casts that I physically had that year, because I've literally broken everything, and I duct taped them back on, and I just had casts all over me, but they were really mine.
So they fit perfect.
Yes, unfortunately.
Oh gosh. All right. So if you could only get one type of candy or one certain piece for Halloween, what would it be?
Twix.
Twix. Okay. All right.
No candy corn.
Yeah.
I
No, thank you.
am not candy corn, but yeah, Twix has always been my favorite.
Okay. All right. I have to say Reese's, Whoppers, Skittles. I'm not too judgmental, but yeah, I'm
I was
with you.
going to say, you said one.
I know. Well, yeah. If I had to pick one, it'd be between those.
Yeah.
All right. What is your favorite Halloween movie?
Unfortunately, I haven't had a lot of time for movies, but I watched The Nun with my daughter a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, all right. I heard that's pretty scary. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, and growing up, I remember the whole what Halloween and Freddy, but it's been a long time since I've seen those.
Well, when it's fitting, obviously the podcast will come out next week, but we're recording it today on Friday the 13th.
Right?
I mean, that's why the Halloween theme had to be for the questions today. So,
Couldn't pick a better day.
nope, absolutely. All right. So, last question. If you had to be a Halloween villain or a Halloween character in a scary movie, who would you be?
I guess the clown from It.
Ooh, good one. Pennywise. All right.
Yep.
But the remakes are terrifying. I don't know if you've seen the new It movies. They are way scarier than the original. So,
Really? No, I have a
oh,
lot of catching up to do on movies.
well, luckily they're on all the streaming apps these days. So,
Right?
find them. All right. Well, once again, Nicole, thank you for joining me today and talking about the new Lake Norman breweries and bars. It was great picking your brain.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And how can people contact you if they have questions or need help with real estate?
Anybody can contact me at any time. I have a website, NicoleLeininger.com, or phone number is 704-450-6280.
All right. Perfect. And if anyone wants more information about the firm, you can visit us at ivesterjackson.com. Thank you so much for watching.